Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. My name is Veronica, and today we will be doing a 30-minute practice using blocks and a strap. But if you don't have those at home, don't worry about it. You can still follow along. So let's go ahead and get started in a seated position. And once you get there, I want you to go ahead and just close your eyes. Right? Just starting to bring yourself into this present moment, bring yourself into the practice. You've made it, you're here. So let's just breathe and focus. So relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, and letting go of anything that's happened before you've come here today. And then just start to deepen the breath, right? So really filling up and expanding in all directions. And then a really nice long exhale. Let it all go. Good. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Drawing that belly button back towards the spine, releasing all the air. And just one more time here. Deep breath in. And exhale. And so now just gently opening up the eyes, letting some light in. We're going to go ahead and just begin with our hands on the knees. And I want you to go ahead and just rotate the torso. I don't care which direction you start in because we're going to do both ways, right? So you're just kind of moving however it feels good. If your hips come off the ground, it's all good, right? Just moving however it works for you. And then once you get up to the top of that movement, you're going to reverse it, just going the other way. Good. Just should feel pretty good. And then once you get up to the top, just pausing here. We're going to lower the arms down alongside the body. On the inhale, go ahead and sweep those arms up to the sky. And exhale and lower. Good. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. And exhale. Last time here. And release it. Good. So you can either stay in this cross-seated position, or if you can, you're going to bring one shin in front of the other. It doesn't matter which one you start with because we're going to do both. And then you're going to bring your hands out in front and then just gently walk the hands forward. So any amount, right? You should feel that stretch in your glutes here, right? If you're able to, you can come down onto your forearms, or maybe you use your blocks and you can just lower the elbows down onto the blocks, whatever works for you here. And then just breathe, right? Just breathing into that tightness. Good. One more breath. Good. And then just slowly begin to rise up, and we'll go ahead and switch that. So go ahead and bring the opposite shin in front, or you're going to take that cross-seated position in that kind of uncomfortable way, or not, doesn't feel the most natural, right? And then just go ahead and fold here. And again, you can use your block to rest on if you don't need to. If you can stretch your arms out, go for it, right? So it might be different from one side to the other. So just go ahead and just find where your edge is, right? And then just breathe into it. Good. One more deep breath here. Good. And then release and then begin to rise up. You can go ahead and place your block off to the side. And you can either just stay right here the way you are. You can switch your feet however you want to do it. I want you to go ahead and interlace your hands behind the back. And you're going to take your hands and bring it over to the right side, right? So it's going to be resting on your right hip. And then you're going to drop your right ear to the right shoulder. So you should feel a really big stretch in the left side of the neck and into the shoulder. Good. Try to relax into it. Breathe. Good. Slowly bring that head back up, and we'll go ahead and do the other side. So you're taking the hands and you're bringing it all the way over to the left side, and then you're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder so you feel that stretch in the right side of the neck. Good. Just trying to relax into it. Good, and then slowly bring the head back up to center, and you can release the hands from behind you. And just go ahead and roll those shoulders towards the front. So you're just rolling them, right, all the way around. And then go ahead and reverse it. So it's up, back, and down. Right, around one more time. Nice. All right, so go ahead and let's make our way onto our knees. And I want you to go ahead and curl the toes under. We're going to stretch out the feet here. So maybe this might not be so comfortable for you, right? A lot of times we have problems stretching out the feet, but we have to pay attention to them, right? So maybe this is enough, right? You can just stay right here if this is enough. If you can go farther, you're going to see if you can sink your hips back onto your heels. And maybe it's only just for a second, right? So whatever it is for you. Certainly if you need to come out of it and you need to lift the hips up and take a break, I get it. We won't be here for very long. All right. So just another breath. Good. When you're done, you're going to go ahead and plant the hands down to the ground and then just tap out those toes. All right. That should feel good. And then once you're on all fours, make sure that the fingers are spread nice and wide and the shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the knees so we can come into our cat-cow. So on the inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. On the exhale, just slowly begin to round the spine, dropping the head last. Good, flowing with your own breath here. Inhale, opening up the heart, bringing the gaze forward, opening up the chest. And then exhale, slowly begin to round, really pushing the floor away, rounding that spine. Good, one more time here. Inhale, open up. Exhale, push that floor away. Good, coming back into your neutral spine. We're going to make our way up into our down dog, right? So lifting those hips up and back. And then just go ahead and make any moves that feel good for you, right? So maybe you're dropping one heel and then the other. And then just pausing in your down dog, sinking your chest towards your thighs, breathing here. Good. And then ripple yourself into a plank pose. All right, so your core is engaged, your thighs are engaged. And then we're going to lower ourselves down onto our belly however you get there. So good. So once you're down on your belly, you're going to have your hands right underneath your shoulders. All 10 toes are pressing down into the ground. The thighs are engaged. And then elbows are drawn in. On the inhale, you're just gently lifting up into that low cobra. You don't have to come up very high. Exhale and lower. Good. Couple more like that. Deep breath in. And exhale. Good. This time, inhale, lift up. Don't hold your breath. We're going to stay here. And then see if you can lift your hands up off the ground. So you're drawing your elbows in. Your thighs are engaged. You're pressing your toes down into the ground. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower. We're going to push up and back into a child's pose. And for this child's pose, I want you to bring your arms alongside the body and let the shoulders really drape over the knees and let your forehead go down to the ground. Right, so your shoulders are nice and heavy here. You're just breathing. Your palms are relaxed, facing up towards the sky. Just taking a nice breath here. And exhale. Good. Planting the hands down on the ground and then make your way back up into your down dog. And pausing here. Bringing your gaze towards your hands, you're going to slowly begin to walk the feet up towards the hands and come on into a forward fold. Certainly you can use your blocks if you need them, but just let the head, neck, shoulders go here. Good. We're going to slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. And once you get to stand, I want you to sweep those arms up to the sky. Nice big stretch. And then you're going to go ahead and drop the right hand down towards the ground and bring your gaze with it. Now I want you to think about stretching those fingers away from one another, those hands away from one another, right? So you're dropping that right shoulder down to the ground. Good. Inhale, sweep the arm up to the sky. We're going to drop the left arm, bring the gaze with it. And again, really stretching those hands away from one another. Nice big stretch here. Good. Inhale, sweep the arm up. And then exhale, just lower it down. Good. So up at the top of the mat, we're going to go ahead and take a big step back with that right foot. arms go up to the sky, so you're in your high lunge, right? So set your feet, right? Set your hips. Your hips are square to the short edge of the mat. Relax the shoulders, and the palms are facing into the midline. Pinkies turned in even more. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to begin to hinge forward as you reach the arms up and back behind you. Good. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, slowly fold forward, right? So this takes some balance here, right? Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sweep it back behind you. Good. Inhale, reach it up. Hold it here. Bring those arms out like a T with the palms face down. And then you're going to twist off to the left, right? Doesn't have to be a really big movement here. Relax the shoulders, right? Doesn't matter if you can go all the way or not. Good. And then slowly back to center, sweep those arms up to the sky, and then open up into your warrior two. So for your warrior two, I want you to adjust your stance so you make it a little bit wider. I want the front heel in line with the arch of the back foot, and you have a bend in that front knee. Now that knee should be over the ankle, not beyond, right? So you're stretching those arms out, bringing the gaze off that front hand, relax the shoulders, taking a breath here. And then plant the back hand, flip the front palm, reach up and back. Good. Coming back into that warrior two, begin to straighten out that front leg. You can lower the arms. We're going to turn so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. You're going to have your toes turned in just slightly. Then I want you to go ahead and interlace the hands behind the back. The palms will touch. Now on the inhale, you're going to draw the knuckles down towards the ground as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and just bring the gaze up, right? And then exhale, slowly begin to hinge forward as you reach those arms up and over, and trying to keep the palms closer together as opposed to letting them separate here, right? So maybe your arms don't go up as high. Good. And you're breathing. One more breath. And then slowly release the hands down to the ground. I want you to go ahead and plant the left hand down on the ground, right underneath your face. You're going to take that right hand and bring it to your low back. Now I want you to check to make sure that the hips are nice and even, or at least they feel like they're even. And then go ahead and see if you can bring your gaze up off of that right shoulder without dipping that left hip down, right? So you don't want to drop that hip. I want the hips to stay nice and even. So maybe you don't twist as much, right? Certainly if it's in your practice and you're able to, you can send that arm up to the sky. It may be out to the side. I'd rather you do that than this, right? So you're doing whatever you can. You're certainly welcome to keep the hand on the low back. Good. And so we're going to go ahead and just switch now, bringing that right hand down right underneath the face, left hand to the low back. Get a feel for your hips here, and then go ahead and bring your gaze off of that left shoulder. All right, keep the hips right where they are. Good. Again, you can send that arm out. Maybe it can go right up to the sky. Maybe it's out to the side. Whatever it is, it is. One more breath here. Good. Slowly lower the hand down. We're going to walk the hands around so you're facing towards the top of the mat. Then you're going to take that back foot and step it in just a bit, right? So you probably have a couple of feet in between, right? And so grabbing onto your blocks if you need them, maybe you don't. You're going to go ahead and just take a nice deep inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, slowly begin to bring the chest towards the thigh. Now, while you're here, I want you to think about pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. So again, those hips are balanced here, right? They're nice and even. Good. Nice breath. Long exhale. So you're feeling that stretch in the front of that, back of that front leg. Good. Bringing the gaze out in front. I want you to go ahead and take your blocks and you're going to bring them out in front so that you can begin to lift that back foot up off the ground, right? And so this is good. You can stay right here. If you'd like to go farther, you're going to see if you can go ahead and stack the hips one on top of the other and flex that right foot. Now, Again, you can stay right here. If you'd like to continue, you can see if you can take that right hand and bring it to the right hip, and then maybe send that arm up to the sky. Right? A little wobbling may happen. You may fall. This is what the practice teaches you. If you can, you're going to see if you can bring the gaze up towards that top hand. Right? Maybe some days you can do it, some days you can't. It's all good. One more breath here. And then wherever you're at, both hands are down on the block. I want you to go ahead and square the hips down to the earth, right? And then walk the hands back towards that standing leg and kick that right leg up towards the sky and point the toes. Good, one breath here. Good, start to take a bend in the standing leg so that you can drop that foot down to the ground, right? So the right foot is down on the ground. You can either have your right hand down on the ground and sweep the left arm up to the sky, or you can use your block, right? So use your props, right? And if you need them, certainly use them. Good, the back leg is nice and engaged. Try not to drop that right hip down, right? Keeping that back leg nice and strong. One more breath. Good, and then slowly lower the hands. You're going to remove that block, step it back into your plank pose. And then once again, we're going to lower to the belly however you get there. Right? You can drop the knees, however it works for you. Right? Now, I want you to bring your arms alongside the body. The chin or the forehead is down to the mat. On the inhale, we're going to begin to lift everything up. Right? So you're pointing through your toes, your hands are facing in towards the midline. You're squeezing those shoulder blades together, right? The feet are hugging into the midline, and you're breathing here, right? I don't want you to crank the neck back. I want you to keep it nice and long, all right? And one more breath here. On the exhale, slowly release. I want you to bring one cheek down to the mat and just gently rock the hips from side to side if it feels okay. And then just pausing, just be still for a moment. That should feel pretty good. Good, one more breath. Good, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to push ourselves up and back. Come back into a down dog. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Let it out the mouth. Good, bringing your gaze towards your hands. You're going to walk the feet up towards the hands. Once again, come on into your forward fold. Inhale, slowly begin to rise. And then once you do, I want you to sweep those arms up to the sky, big stretch. Good. You're going to go ahead and drop that right hand down towards the ground. This time I want you to bring your gaze up towards the top hand. And again, stretching those hands away from one another, dropping that bottom shoulder, getting that big side stretch. Good. Inhale, sweep the arm up. Drop the left hand down, bring the gaze up towards the right, and then stretch those arms away from one another. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, slowly lower it down. Good. All right, so once again, up at the top of the mat, I'm just going to switch, and you're going to go ahead and take a step back with that left leg. And you're coming into that high lunge on this side, so stretch those arms up to the sky. Relax the shoulders. Good, take a breath here. On the exhale, you're going to go ahead and just hinge forward, reach those arms up and back. Good, inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, slowly hinge forward. Good, a couple more like that. Deep breath in. Exhale. All right, so challenge your balance here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, go ahead and transfer into that warrior two. All right, so again, widen the stance, the front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Stretch those arms out. Bring the gaze off that front hand, breathing here. And then plant the back hand, flip the front palm, reach up and back. And then just come back into that warrior two, lower the arms, straighten out that front leg. Once again, you're facing the long edge of the mat. Toes are turned in just slightly. This time, hands on the hips. Just tuck that tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, just a slight back bend here. And then exhale, slowly begin to hinge forward, pausing so that your body is parallel to the ground. I want you to feel like you're pulling your feet into the midline, so you're engaging the legs here. Good. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly begin to fold. Now I want you to go ahead and take the heels of your hands and line them up with the heels of the feet. So the fingers are pointing back behind you. And then drop the head. And so you're just holding here. You can take a bend in the elbows if you're down that far, right? Good. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's flip the, I got that wrong. The fingers are supposed to be facing the same direction as your toes. I knew something didn't feel right. Good. And then just fold here. So you're pushing into the hands, your elbows are bent. Good, one more breath. Good, walk the hands out underneath the face and then walk them all the way around so you're facing towards the top of the mat. You're going to take that half step in with that back foot. I'm just going to switch so I'm facing the right way. So I have my blocks, right? Grab onto your blocks if you need them. Good. Now inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Think about dropping your chest towards that thigh. And then pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Just feeling that nice stretch in the back of that front leg. Good. One more breath here. And then just slowly start to take a bend in that front leg. You're going to take your blocks and bring them out in front so that you can begin to kick that back leg up, and you have these blocks for support here. Good. And again, this is good. You can stay right here. This is balancing. If you want more, you're going to see if you can stack the hips one on top of the other and flex that left foot. And then maybe bring that left hand to the hip. Maybe bring the left arm up to the sky. Maybe bring the gaze with it, right? Maybe one side you had better balance than the other side, right? And again, a little shaking. You may fall out of this, but this is, again, what the practice teaches us. You fall, you come back. Good. One more breath. Good, and then slowly lower the hand down. Everyone squares the hips to the earth. I want you to walk the hands back towards the standing leg. Drop the head, point those toes that are up towards the sky. And just one more breath. And then exhale, take a bend in that standing leg so you can drop that back foot. And again, either the left hand stays down on the ground or you grab onto your block and then you send that right arm up to the sky. All right, so engage that back leg, stretching up towards the sky, bringing the gaze with it. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower. You can remove that block out of the way, step it back into your plank pose, pausing here, and then slowly lowering all the way down to the belly, however you get there. So once again, I want you to go ahead and just point through the toes, bring the arms alongside you. Now you can either do what we did the first time, or if you want more, you can see if you can interlace the hands behind the back, palms to touch. Now on the inhale, you're going to begin to lift the torso, lift the legs. You're reaching those knuckles towards the heels. You're squeezing those shoulder blades together. You're trying to keep the palms closer together. And once again, the feet are hugging into the midline. Good, your neck is nice and long. You have a soft jaw. You're smiling. Take a deep breath. And on the exhale, slowly release it. Bring the opposite cheek down to the mat. Gently rock those hips from side to side. And again, just pausing here, just being still. And then bringing those hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up and back and come on into a child's pose. So you can either separate the knees or you can keep them closer together, whatever feels best for you. And then just take whatever arm variation you'd like here. You can use your hands for a pillow. You can stretch the arms out. Or you can do what we did before, where we brought the arms alongside the body and had the forehead down to the ground, whatever feels the best for you right now. Good. And now just gently using your hands to push yourself all the way up. And let's go ahead and come down onto our backs. Okay. All right. Once you're down on your back, actually, you know what? We got to grab onto our strap. Grab onto your strap and then head down onto your back. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the strap around the ball of the right foot. You're going to send that foot up to the sky. Your left foot is down on the ground, or you can stretch it out nice and long, so whatever works better for you. You're going to draw in on that strap, bringing that leg towards you. Your toes are moving down towards your face, and your heel is going up towards the sky. Right? If you stretch that left leg out, go ahead and flex that left foot as well. Good. And now keeping that strap in the right hand, you're going to go ahead and just open that leg up out to the right. Now, taking that left hand, put it on top of your left hip, right? Just to keep yourself grounded here. I'd rather not have that hip come up, right? So maybe the leg doesn't go out as far. Good. And then slowly bring it back to center. You're going to cross it over, bring the strap into the left hand. Right arm goes out to the side. Now you can pick this hip, your right hip up this time, and you're just drawing that leg across the body. Good. Slowly bring it back to center, and we'll go ahead and switch. So you're going to go ahead and take the left foot, right? Put the strap right on the ball of that left foot. And you're gently drawing that leg in towards the body, getting a nice stretch here in the back of the leg. Again, that right foot can stay on the ground, or you can stretch it out nice and long, whatever feels good for you. And certainly if you don't have a strap, you can just be grabbing onto your leg here. Good. We're going to open that leg out to the left. You can put your right hand down on your hip. All right. Good. And then slowly bring it across the body, grabbing onto the strap with the right hand. Left arm goes out to the side so that you are getting a nice stretch here. Good. Slowly bring it back up to center. You're going to go ahead and release that strap. Place it off to the side. And then let's go ahead and come on into our Shavasana. Right, so I want you to go ahead and just separate those legs, let the toes fall out to the side, flip the palms up to the sky, tuck the shoulders under you just a little bit, and then just go ahead and close your eyes. And we'll be here for just a couple of moments, just a few breaths. And so just start to wiggle your fingers and toes and stretching the arms and the legs out nice and long, nice big stretch here. And then when you're ready, you're drawing the knees up into the chest and then gently rolling over onto the side of the body, and just pause for a moment. And then using your hands to push yourself up. Come on back into an easy seat. Once you get there, go ahead and close your eyes so that you can maintain that inward focus for another moment. And so as you go throughout the day today, and just remember to be kind to yourself and to others. And so bringing the palms together with the thumbs at the third eye, just gently bow the head to seal the practice. And may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste. All right, so I hope that you've enjoyed this practice. And so if you did, just make sure to go ahead and give me a like, send me some comments so we can connect, and then also to subscribe to the channel. I hope that I see you real soon. Take good care. Bye.